Hello and happy Friday. I want to talk today about probation, specifically if your child is on probation. And this has to do with parental alienation, and it goes in line with domestic abuse and domestic violence. The information I'm going to share comes to me from a very close friend of mine who is going through a very toxic situation. And she shared with me some really, well, to her, it's really exciting because throughout this whole process, it's been going on now for 2 years. And she's been dealing with a lot of agencies and a lot of people, and she has been sharing with me how disrespectful everyone has been to her. So recently, she submitted this report to Senator John Cornyn's office, and she's also in the process of submitting this report to some other people. Actually, a lot of people. I'm not going to say who because I'm just not. Okay, you have to leave some things unsaid. Okay, but here is the big nugget I want to share. There are a lot of people that are going to be in uncharted waters if your child is arrested. And I know that if it happens, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it happens, please reach out and get an attorney. And if you don't have the money for an attorney, beg, borrow from someone. You do not want to have to deal with court-appointed anything. And I'm going to be flipping here. But you don't want to deal with the court-appointed janitor, cheerleader, and I'm being silly. There's no such thing. But the point is, you do not want to be dealing with a court-appointed guardian ad litem under any circumstances. You don't want to deal with that. You also don't want to be dealing with a court-appointed attorney. You just don't. Because as the parent, I'm going to warn you, you mean nothing to them. Nothing. And they're not going to be nice. And in my friend's case, they're not going to do their job because they don't care. They don't care. But what I want to share is this. If you have a child that's on probation, I want to share that my friend has shared with me. She has constantly been intimidated by law enforcement. I won't say which agencies. Okay. That's against the law to be intimidated. But I want to go beyond that. If your child, juvenile, is on probation, you're given this sheet with the rules of the do's and the don'ts when you're on probation. And when, I'm not trying to be flippant or rude or anything, I'm not. I'm just trying to help bring awareness because my friend is toe up from the flow up still, and it's been 2 years. But it hurts because it's just all wrong because on paper, she has full custody. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But recently, with her turning in the report, because just enough is enough, and she's been digging in, and the more she digs in to all of these emails and all of her documentation and all of her journaling that she's done for 2 years, each day that she digs in, she gets more upset because she finds more, I call it juice. Okay, but this was the biggie. At the time her son was released from probation in June of 2016, probation from stabbing a child at school. Part of the stipulation on his probation was that he was not to be around firearms or alcohol. He was released in June. The end of June, he reached out to his mom, crying because he couldn't make the bad voices stop in his head, because he couldn't get his medicine. He was afraid to talk to his dad and ask for anything that would cost his dad money. Those were his words to his mom that she shared with me. And again, I get to see everything because we're buddies. Okay, because she's really, really, really close to me. Okay, in July, they're at court in front of the mom. The guardian ad litem made a huge deal about sanctioning the son to go hunting with the dad. Did you catch that? The guardian ad litem, who was appointed by the court to look after the best interest of her child. She had had full custody for over 3 years. The child had been living with her for even longer than that. So all of a sudden, she went from full custody to 3 phone calls a week, then to nothing. Nothing. And there was no court order against her. Nothing. It was just the ad litem and the dad. To her, she told me, apparently made some kind of pact. There's more to that, but I can't put that out here. But here is the biggie that I'm so excited for her. Okay, she just spoke to someone last week. I'm not going to say who, other than this person. Like if this is the probation officer here, she spoke to someone that's here. And the best part of that conversation that she had, she's not even sure what prompted her to call them, other than she shares with me that, God is guiding her. This person was so respectful to my friend. Respectful from the moment that they were on the phone together. The whole time, this person was so respectful. But the biggie, this is the biggie. Her son was allowed to skip school and go hunting. And it was sanctioned. In other words, the green light was given by the probation officer and that guardian ad litem. Well, guess what my friend told me that she was told by that person that was up here? Well, that's a no-no. Of course he didn't say it like that, but that's a no-no. Because my friend told me that she asked him, I'm just curious, are the rules just for some people? My friend is so literal, seriously. And the gentleman laughed a little, not at her, but he said, no, they're for everyone. So anyway, it was a great conversation for her. Very enlightening. It was very encouraging because she is just wanting to bring awareness and she wants everyone involved to be held accountable. And so it was a great conversation. And I just want to share with you that if you're dealing with parental alienation and if you're a survivor of domestic violence, yay for you. And your child is on probation and you've got the probation officer and the ad litem letting your child do things that this list says are prohibited, please go up the food chain. Go up the food chain. Because here's the thing. If something happens, pardon me, your son or your daughter is going to be the one that's going to go to jail, not them. Yet. Not them. So look out for your child. Here's the thing. Mom and dads. And I know this is going to sound cliche. If you think something is wrong, it's wrong. It's wrong. And I want to share this and then I'll stop this one. Great source to find these law books to help you out. Half Price Books. Half Price Books, you rock. Also, your local library. I just found some great things at a local library for my friend. Library, And Half Price Books, um, uh, great, great resource, because I really don't know why. I really don't. Other than I'm thinking that it's just a time factor, and no one has time anymore. I mean, we barely even want to talk on the phone to one another. But when you're dealing with something, if someone goes to jail and they get on probation, you're dealing with all of that. It's the verbiage, it's the vernacular. And, you're speaking one language from like a business world, and you got law enforcement. And so there's a disconnect when there should be a connect, because I'm not going to get all into this, but a parole officer, they have a lot of responsibility to help your child. Okay. So just in case you have a child on probation and you don't hear from that probation officer and you don't see them, okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. You need to reach out to them and ask them, what's the plan? Because they're supposed to be doing a lot of things to help your child. Okay? I'm not going to get all into it because it's a lot. But Google it. Seriously. Or go to Half Price Books or to the library. But a parole officer is not just there to meet them once and then go away and then just pop back up if something goes wrong. No. They have a lot more responsibility. And I'm helping my friend learn. That's a lot. Well, I hope that part of this touched you or some of this made sense. I'm just trying to bring awareness, because when this happened to my friend, it's caught her off guard, and I've just been trying to help because I enjoy digging in and learning things and helping her. Bottom line is, though, the children matter. And a lot of times people in authority, their egos get in the way. And especially people in power, in my opinion, only a guardian ad litem. There shouldn't even be a guardian ad litem. There should be like a guardian ad litem. They should always be in twos. It should be a two, because they have too much power. There is no one holding them accountable. Nobody. And it's sad. It's sad, but no one's holding them accountable. Anyway, I hope that your child never gets arrested. I hope you never have to deal with this. However, if you do, just breathe. But please get an attorney that is versed in whatever is going on. Don't make the mistake of what my friend did. Oh, pickles. She hired the wrong attorney. All that attorney did was read emails. That attorney got paid a lot of money to read emails. I told my friend in the future if she needed someone to pay that much money to read an email, tag me in. I'll go with her to the meetings and say nothing. That's what her attorney did. Nothing. Then I'll read your emails, and I'll be your, I'll listen to you. That's all her attorney did. I'm going to stop. Blessings to you, and I hope God brings joy to your day. And I hope nothing was negative in my little share here, but I hope you took something away, that the rules are for everyone. And I know that sounds cliche, but your children matter, and I hope that no one is blocking you. If you are in the position like my friend and you're trying to get help, I hope no one is blocking you. But if someone is, don't take that no. Go above that no. Go around that no. I'm not saying break the law. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go above that no to someone else or around. I am not saying break the law. I'm not saying that. Okay? Peace.